Hey, welcome to this episode of Scrapyard Choppers. Today we're going to be getting the race car out of burnout mode and into race car mode. I mean, technically it's still a race car when it's in burnout mode, but anyways. So, if you've seen the Cletus episode, Cletus Cars burnout episode, I burned up power steering pump, so we're going to start off by changing that. And then we're going to fix the rear end, or we'll put the rear end back into race mode. Basically loosen it up. Make it so I can put big tires on the back of it. And if we have time, do a quarter panel. Because the car needs a quarter panel. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So as we see here, you know, pretty good. Nice and straight. Come around this side. A lot of bent. A lot more bent. Have you seen the original episode where I did the passenger side? You kind of know what to expect for the driver's side. I'm not going to show the whole thing because if I'm going to do it, I have to do it as quickly as possible because I'm loading up Friday and it's Tuesday. So, yeah, I got a lot of work to do. So I'm going to get to it. Let's get this hood off and get to wrenching. In case you're new to the channel, this is my figure 8 car. Started life was a 1976 Grand Prix. Got a 57 Chevy Europe or 55 Chevy Europe, whatever I feel like saying at that time. But a Tri-5 rope, you know. They didn't change from 55 to 57. It's got a 6.0 with a cam. Texas Speed cam. Not sponsored, wish I was. Could use the 427 on this thing. But it's made for figure 8 racing, and that's exactly what we're doing this coming weekend up in Farwell, Michigan. Probably by the time you've seen this, I'd already raced. But we'll see when I get the video out. Alright, let's get in here and see what the issue is. I'm bringing it right around this side. Yeah, that's just not good. So, real simple to pull this power steering pump. We got bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, bolt there, bolt there. I mean, I'm technically pulling the whole assembly, but I have a whole nother assembly. I really don't like pulling those off because I usually break them. I believe there's a bolt on the side too. Yep, down there. So, gonna keep this alternator in here. Still works good. Yeah, let's get to it. So this is my new to me pump. And now if you never LS swapped something before, which when I did this I had no idea, but the cool part about these pumps is all I have to do is undo this and you can put an old school, like out of an old school small block Chevy pump, power steering pump, you can take the fitting out of the back of that and change them over so you can use old style power steering lines on them, which is pretty nifty. I should have cleaned this off more. So, we're going to pull the old one out first. This is out of the old pump. So, here's one out of your modern power steering pump. Here's one out of an old school small block Chevy power steering pump. Same thing. Same bolt pattern. Got the same holes. It's crazy. GM reused this and all their modern LS stuff. So, the biggest thing is you're going to want to drill the center out for an old school small power steering pump. If you Google drilling center out of power steering pump thing, it'll tell you what size. I don't know it off the top of my head, but you got to drill them out. It gives you better flow. So I did notice this O-ring is shot, so I'm gonna try to get this O-ring out to put it on here and put it back in. All right, O-ring is in. Time to just put her back on. All right, time to go back on. First thing I'm gonna do is what I did last. Put the power steering line back on.
Come closer, my little co-ed. Hey there, baby, I ain't that bad. Slide into my well. I put my hand.
I'm surrounded, I'm surrounded, I'm surrounded.
Hey.
I'm surrounded, I'm surrounded, I'm surrounded.
Hey.
I'm surrounded, I'm surrounded.
Alright, power steering pump is on. Now the fun part, I gotta remember how the belt goes back on, but I gotta go grab one. So I'm gonna run home for lunch. I also forgot I need spark plugs, so we're gonna throw a set of spark plugs in it. I haven't changed spark plugs in 2 years in this thing. I know. They're really expensive though. I mean, I'm used to AC Delcos for a small block Chevy, not these things. They're like $5 a piece. But it could be part of the idle issue that I'm having. It's either that or the idle circuit in this carburetor has some dirt in it. We're gonna find out. So I'd like it to run good. So, belt, spark plugs, and then we move on to the rear end. So, I'm gonna go grab that right now. Alright. Back from the auto parts start. Let's see if I remember how this belt goes on. I think it goes. Why I say I think, because I didn't pull it off, you know. Mother Nature pulled it off. I don't know what you'd call it. That's either really wrong or I got the wrong belt. This is like a mile too long. I'm pretty sure that's it. Alright, let me do some looking. So I figured out I got the right belt. I think let me try something different before I go looking it up. Still haven't looked it up. Oh, that's it. Got it. Just took a second try. Okay. Oh. So, I guess we're just going to change spark plugs now. So, I'll get to that right now. I bought some new ones. They are expensive. Don't judge me how the way these spark plugs are about to look coming out. Well, they're all out. They all look pretty decent. I'd say this is definitely a happy motor still. No real smoking gun. So, it's either spark plug wires, which I don't really want to change unless I get new boots for them. The new heat shields. So, yeah, let's just start it up and see what happens. Hopefully his belt don't go ripping apart and flying off. But I got fluid in the power steering pump. I gotta bleed that. We'll see how it runs. Well, this power steering pump's actually working better than the old one right off the bat. A lot of bubbles in it, still bleeding. It is definitely cold-blooded. You know, it'd probably run better on 8 cylinders versus 7. Can't believe I was trying to start it on 7 cylinders. No wonder I was so unhappy. Whoopsie. Alright, the motor's cooled off a bit. Well, as cool as it could get today from sitting. So we'll see how it starts up on a cold start and idles out of the shop. I'm mostly just going to idle it around and turn the steering wheel back and forth a few times. Maybe rip on it a little bit. Just trying to get the fluid to cycle and just making sure it's all ready to go. So, let's back it on out. middle is definitely better. I can hear a power steering pump making fluid, so I'm gonna check the fluid in it. Or I can hear the power steering fluid. Blah. I can hear the power steering pump making noise, so I'm gonna check it. Hopefully it's good. That's still just bleeding air off. See, it's all foamy down in there. But it's not leaking, so drive around a little more. Try to get this power steering just bled. It feels good. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hopefully. Alright. Ow. She's running good. Pretty much ready to race. Except I'm really thinking about doing this quarter panel. If I'm gonna do it, I need to start out. Listen, Spider. You can just mosey along. Don't bite me. Okay. Really thinking about doing this quarter panel. I do have to fix the trailer. I might go ahead and just do that right now. If I get the trailer fixed, then I got 2 days to do a quarter panel. 2.5 in that area. Or I can just start doing the quarter panel. I really want to just do it. All the steel was right there. So, yeah, let's work on the trailer. Let's be smart. Get all the must get dones first. Must. I don't know what this was. Hi. But let's get all the must get dones first. So, this will either end this episode or I'll be back to do a quarter panel. We'll find out in, well, you'll find out in a second. I'm going to find out when I get done with the trailer. Yay. Alright, I went ahead and fixed my trailer. I didn't film it because I didn't actually know what I was doing, but I figured it out. So what I'm going to do is I have all day today, and all day tomorrow other than the evening because I got softball. I'm gonna go ahead and do this quarter panel. So, first thing I gotta do is cut this piece of steel off of here. I'm gonna do it the best way I can and try to save it so I can put it back on afterwards. And then I gotta cut all the structure off from underneath, cut this all down, cut this all out, get rid of this. It's gonna be a lot of work. So, I'm actually gonna put a link down below. If you wanna see this full in depth, every little step I do, that video is right down there for you. I go through everything step by step because I did the other side already. I'm gonna just mirror it on this side. The nice thing is I'm gonna be able to put different rim offsets on now because I'll have more room. I'll also be able to change tires without pulling my chains loose. Gonna be a big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. I'm not gonna show you everything. I'll just, like I just showed you the start, I'll bring it back in the middle and kind of show you what it's like underneath after I get it cut out and show you the end result. So I'll get cutting and I'll bring it back in after I get this outside sheet metal off. So there we go, outer skin is off and that's supposed to be straight. I like that's like bananaed inside. That's 1/4 inch. That's really bent. So yeah, it's definitely got to go. The weld up here is cracked. This is holding up strong though. It's probably the only thing keeping this from the tire. Look how close it is. Yeah. So next I'll cut all that out. Cut this piece out. Here's the other piece from the other side. That bar is supposed to be straight. Yeah. It's all got to go and I just got to start rebuilding. Now, hopefully I'll get everything tacked together today. Then tomorrow I'll come back and just weld it up and be done. It's getting there. Might throw you on time lapse so you can watch me cut this last bit out. We'll see. If you're good.
Listen what I said. Slide into my web. Woo! Those screams can raise the dead. Slide into my web. Hey there, baby, I ain't been fed. Slide into my web. Woo! Come closer, my little co-ed. Slide into my web. Hey there, baby, now I'm under your bed.
Well, she's cleared out. I ground all the edges. A little hard to tell where it needs to be. Or I ground all the edges where I'm welding to. This is the first bar. Goes down the middle. Goes from here up into there. And then I'll do this bottom piece. And I'll make a bar here. I'm going to fill this in with some really thick steel. So this bar and this bar will be connected. And then it'll be a bar down to here. Here, here, and here, and then I'll throw the sheet metal back on it, and yeah. So I'll bring it back at the end of the day when I got this part all done. Hopefully I can just get it all done and ready to be skinned. Or even just get it all done today. That's real wishful thinking, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to go to lunch after I weld this middle bar up. I'll throw you back on time lapse here when I get back from lunch. See a little bit of the progress. But mostly just check out that video down below if you want to see the full build. So, lunchtime. I'm thinking pizza. It's been a while. By that I mean it's been like 2 days. But you know, whatever. It's been a while. Back in a minute. Bam! Look at that. Still the same day. I've been going at it now for a long time. It's about 8:30 at night, and I'm going to call it there. I just got to weld everything in the morning. Let me show you what's going on. So, down there, 2x2, 1/4 inch, with a 1/2 inch piece of plate going in between them to there. And then I got 3/16 piece of C-channel over top of it. 1/4 inch, 2x2 3/16. That's really hot because I just got done welding it. This angle is really fun to do. It's a heck of a lot better than what it was there before. Come in tomorrow, weld it up, put the plate back on it. And then hopefully double check everything, change tires. It's got to be ready to go tomorrow. Also still got to finish going over the trailer, fix fender, and play softball. I really want to get this video out before then, but I don't think that's going to happen. This is probably going to be Monday. Or, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Hopefully I can get it out sometime this weekend. I do got a little help now. So, that's pretty cool. At least doing the video stuff. So, I'll bring it back when I'm sheeting it. Big reveal time. Done. Heck yeah, you can barely tell anything happened. All the bars across there in. Got some rubber hanging for some reason. It's cool. I could never fit one of these offset wheels on here, so I put this wheel on because I was planning on running it. Figured out she's a little too rusty. So I'll have to go back to the original wheel and tire I was using, which is out here by the door. But spark plugs fixed the idle problem. They didn't look bad, but apparently they were bad. What do I know? So, what else did we do? We did a lot this episode. The race car is ready to go. All we do is put some vinyl on it, change this tire out, load it on the trailer, and head up north to Farwell, Michigan. I'm not sure if this video is going to make it out before, so if you missed it, you missed it. I'll probably be in Cadillac on June 13th racing, or June 12th racing at the Wexford 4 Zone. And then I'll definitely be in Fowlerville. I'm going to try to go to Mason, Corona this year. Probably Munger. Yeah, that's just what I know so far. Stay tuned. I always post on all my socials where I'm going racing. So you know, if you followed everything, you know, my Scrapyard Productions, Facebook, and Instagram. And if you aren't subscribed to this, I don't even know what you're doing. So, I'll see you next time, and God bless you.